What is going on, guys? It's your boy Chris here. Said I was gonna do this. Um, I just got home from seeing Godzilla Minus One, and I'm not gonna give away any spoilers. I'm gonna do like a basic on the plot, and that's about it, and give my thoughts on it. But my basic thoughts on it are simple. If you have the opportunity to see this movie, go see it immediately. It's that good. It may be one of the best movies to come out this year. It's that good. Um, One of the biggest issues that a lot of these more recent Godzilla movies have had is you don't care about the human characters in the film. They're just there. In the 2014 Godzilla movie for the MonsterVerse, like you cared about Bryan Cranston's character at the beginning, and then he's not in it the rest of the way, and it follows his kid. And you don't really care about him or what he's doing. You really just want to see Godzilla. Um, and King of the Monsters, the human characters were not important. You cared maybe about Millie Bobby Brown's character, but everybody else is kind of just there. And Godzilla vs. Kong, same thing. I didn't care about any of the humans in that movie at all. None of them. I just wanted to see the Kong and Godzilla fight. And then when Mecha Godzilla came in with the steel chair, it was like, oh shit. So there's that. Um, in Shin Godzilla, you didn't really. They didn't give you a chance to care about anybody human in that movie because everybody just got wrecked by Godzilla, this nightmarish creature. In this movie, you care about the main character. You care about what's happening to him, what he's been through. Because they start off with this, I'm gonna mess up his name, but this kamikaze pilot, uh Koichi, I can't remember his last name, but I want to say Shikazima or Shikazuma or Shikashima, I think. Koichi Shikashima is his name. He basically, the trailer kind of gives it away. If you've seen the trailer, you know he's kind of like, he was a kamikaze pilot and he doesn't go through with it. He's like, he doesn't go through with it. And because of that, he experiences like certain things. He runs into Godzilla very early on in the movie in a way, or a version of Godzilla. It's not the one he runs into a version of Godzilla early in the film, and again, because he's kind of like, he kind of freezes, a bunch of things happen that are laid on him not being willing to do his thing, what he's in this war to do. He's a soldier. He's supposed to fight. He's supposed to fight. He was a kamikaze pilot. He was supposed to fly his plane into. He was supposed to die doing that, and he didn't. So he's got a lot of post-traumatic stress. And just coming back from the war, he's dealing with that, and he suddenly winds up with like this girl and a kid that she's taking care of that's not hers. And they wind up as this almost makeshift family. So he's got that, and he gets his job, and this is when he runs into Godzilla again. the one we all know and love. This Godzilla is nothing like any other Godzilla that we've seen at any point. It's completely different. When I say completely different, even in the original 1954 movie, he's a force of nature. In 1984's Return to Godzilla, again, force of nature. In Godzilla 2000, force of nature. In the Millennium movies, he's almost like there to balance out like all the other monsters or titans. In this movie, Godzilla is pure rage. Like, he's rage. There's no other way to say it. It's in his eyes. It's in, like, there's a scene where he's following this boat, and it's some, like, Jaws level shit. It's maybe scarier than Jaws. Because, like, this little boat and this giant monster is just following this boat, and you're like, are they going to make it out of this? And they do, but at the cost of something else. And then when he attacks, makes landfall, it's just, I mean, it's just, again, like I said, rage. He's stomping on the ground. He's punching buildings, just smacking shit out of the way. Like, he's like, and it's almost like if you get his attention, that's your ass. Because he's coming for you. If you piss him off, he's gonna fuck you up. And it's just rage. Like, if you shoot at him, you're gonna catch those hands. He's just like, oh, you want it? Okay. And the atomic breath in this movie is unlike anything I've ever seen. Having seen Shin Godzilla, I thought that was like the most crazy interpretation of his atomic breath, and it's up there. This barely gets above it just because of what the setting of this movie and the effect it does. The theater I was in, you could hear people gasping like, "Oh my god." In the theater. Like, people were just like, "Oh shit." Like, you could see, you could hear like people reacting to like, "Oh my god." Like, this was the most terrifying version of Godzilla that has ever been put on screen. But even with that, the human element in this movie, you grow to care about this soldier. You grow to care about the people he works with, the scientist and the boat captain and the one they call the kid, because they're all in this together, and you care about these characters, and you don't want anything to happen to them. You want them all to make it out of it. You care about the woman he's taking care of. You care about this kid that they're raising. You want there to be like you want everyone to all these characters to make it. Like, you figure everyone else like is like just like background people, they're gonna die, and that's gonna be fine. But you want the main human characters to survive the movie. Like, you want them to make it out. And it's like, oh man, don't, please let them make it. You care. To the point where, like, there's a point in this movie where I literally legitimately got choked up because I thought that one of the characters wasn't going to make it. And then you find out, then, like, they do. I'm not going to say how or where, but you see, like, a flashback. that kind of brings everything from the beginning of the movie full circle. With a mechanic that was on the island when the original attack happens, when the pilot froze. And it kind of brings everything full circle. And it's like, oh man, it just hits you. It hits you, and you have that emotional reaction to it. And it just blew this movie blew me away as far as how good it was. It was unlike any other Godzilla movie I've ever seen, and I've seen pretty much all of them. From the original, which I have a copy of the original, so I bought the Criterion edition. I have Shin Godzilla. I have Godzilla 1984. I have all the other Godzillas. I have various ones through. I got Godzilla 2000, various other Godzilla movies that I've got in my collection. I've got pretty much all the MonsterVerse movies except for Godzilla versus Kong. It's on HBO Max or whatever. I don't need it, so I haven't gotten it. Um, but this movie was just amazing. It was amazing. And the effects were great. And to find out that this movie only cost $15 million to make, Hollywood should take notice because they're spending like $200-300 million on movies, and the CG looks like shit. This movie spent $15 million and made a creature that is the stuff of nightmares. It looked great. There were maybe little bits and pieces here where you could tell, like, they could have done a little bit more of a touch up there with another couple million. But even there, it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, look at what they did with $15 million. They made a competent, effects driven movie for $15 million, and the CG looked better than movies where they spent 3 or 4 times that on effects. Like, there are effects in like Marvel movies that should be ashamed of themselves, or like DC movies, or that should be embarrassed for some of the effects they put out in theaters when this movie only cost $15 million. It should be a lesson that you can do a good movie for less money if you just put in a good story and you make it competent. This is one of, like I said, this is one of the best movies I've seen this year. Not that I've really gone to the movies that much to see anything, but the movies that I've seen this year that have come out this year, this blew like all of them away. It's not even close. This was amazing. I cannot recommend it enough. If you have the opportunity to go see this movie, go see it. Like, you will not regret it. I cannot recommend it enough. If you're a Godzilla fan, you're going to love this movie. If you're a fan of movies or good storytelling, you're going to love this movie. It's that good. The reviews that it's been getting, it's real. Like, the hype on this movie is legitimate. It's good. And the people who are saying it's good are not lying about it. It's good. So that's all I've got for this. Like I said, I hope that if you did see it, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you go see it, I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. I'm 99% sure you're going to. I don't doubt that at all. Because, like I said, it lives up to the hype that you've been hearing. It exceeds it in a lot of ways, in my personal opinion. And I'm not saying that as a Godzilla fan. I'm saying that as a movie person. As someone who likes a good movie. This was a good movie. And one of the best Godzilla movies that has ever been put out. They did Godzilla's 70th anniversary in fucking style. That's the best way I can say it. Like, this movie is on par with the original 1954 film as far as how good it is. It's on par with 1980 Godzilla 1984 as far as how good it is. These movies are that good. It's up there. It is one of the best Godzilla movies ever made. So, like I said, that's all I've got for this. I'm gonna go like relax and stuff like that because it's been a long day. Um, um, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Peace.